You know, in a sporting game, the referee blows the whistle and it's half time, and the teams go back to the shed or they go back to the side of the field and they have time to talk. Well, we've just hit the half time in our calendar year, and 6 months is down and there's 6 more months to go. So here's the question: are you coasting or are you ready to accelerate? In today's episode, I'll help you reflect, reset, and build powerful momentum for the rest of the year. Let's discuss.
Welcome to Leadership is Changing. Each week, we and our guests provide information and insights through exploring leading change. This is taking your leadership to another level by finding the balance between executive excellence and personal well-being through stories that inspire real change. It's time to adapt in our fast-moving world when leadership is changing with your host, Denis Gianoutsos.
Welcome to the Ask Dennis episode. This is a freestyle episode where I'm asked a question by our listeners, or I share my thoughts, experiences, and insights from working with many leaders around the globe. Hey there, listeners. Well, I want to talk to you about something powerful today, but before I go there, I just want to ask you, have you registered to receive my newsletter that comes out every 2 weeks? It's a newsletter telling you about certain topics and also giving you an update on what I'm up to as well. And so if you haven't, you can actually go and register for that newsletter. Where do you go? Go to my website, leadingchangepartners.com, and right down the bottom of the page, of the home page, is an area where you can register for the newsletter. Another way you can do it is you can send me a private message on Facebook or on LinkedIn. So in other words, a direct message, and just saying that you do want to register for the newsletter, and here is your email. And then what I'll do is I'll put that into the system as well. So just let me know, and I'm happy to do that. Well, let's talk about something powerful. We're officially at the midpoint of the year. So 6 months has gone and there are 6 to go. Can you believe it? Time is flying. But let me ask you, are you drifting or are you driving forward with purpose? This is your halftime moment. Just like in elite sport, halftime is where the great teams pause, they recalibrate, and they come back stronger. So this is your chance to do exactly the same. The beautiful thing is it's a gift that we've got this halftime. We can take time out to look at things and review, so then we can adjust. So the very first thing you should be thinking about is actually reflecting on the first half. So before you sprint into the second half, you need to stop and reflect. Here are some things for you to actually ask yourself. What went well? Where did I fall short? What patterns or habits helped me move forward or held me back? What lessons did I learn that I can now build on? Too often we just charge ahead without even taking time out to acknowledge what we've already walked through or been through. But you know what? The reflection is where wisdom, insights, observations are born. Leaders grow when they slow down enough to learn. There's a saying out there, slow down to go faster. And so this is very, very apt or very important to understand that, because the time is now for you to slow down, to review things, learn from it, so then you can go faster. The next area would be around for you to reset with intention, because it is time for you to reset. If your January goals have drifted, of course, in other words, the ones you set in January, now is the moment that you can redefine what matters. And this isn't about guilt. This isn't about you feeling guilty or, oh no, I haven't done it. No, this is about you aligning again or having alignment. Maybe your priorities have changed. Maybe now, 6 months down the track, your vision is a lot clearer. maybe it's time to level up. So here are some things for you to ask yourself around in this section. What I want the next 6 months to stand for. What's one bold move I've been avoiding? What kind of leader do I need to be to make it happen? Don't just set goals. Set direction, set pace, set standards. Now, what to be mindful of? Well, as you move into the second half, you need to keep a few of these things in mind. Have you ever driven anywhere and you've got there and you think, how did I get here? And that's what I talk about, being on autopilot, or subconsciously you've just done that. Well, one thing you should do is avoid autopilot. Just because the calendar is ticking and moving on doesn't mean progress is happening. Guard your energy. So you can't accelerate if your tank is empty. Cut the noise. Focus on what actually moves the needle, but not all that noise that's around it, because if you can cut that out, then you can truly focus. Stay adaptable. Conditions not only may change, they will change. And so your mindset must lead and must help you through things. So this is where deliberate leadership that I talk about comes in. You being clear, you being conscious, but also being courageous. For you to accelerate into the next chapter, well, I tell you what, it's the exciting part too, because this is the time for you to accelerate, and that is now. And I wouldn't wait to accelerate in the last month of the year. It's now that you accelerate. The thing here is this. It's not about you rushing into things, and it's not about you hustling blindly either. That's not what I'm talking about. It's about you to accelerate with focus, clarity, and power. So in other words, being deliberate again. So if you step back in with intention, but you double down on what works, drop the things that don't. So double down on what works, but drop the things that don't. And build momentum. Do it brick by brick, day by day. The small steps will actually mean big things in the future. Because you see, the next 6 months, those 6 months that are ahead of you right now, they hold incredible opportunity for you. The thing is, what are you going to do about it? Because you can lead stronger, you can think sharper, and you can live and lead bigger. But it only comes down to this. Only if you decide to move. You're the one that has to move. And if you move, that's when you can create that momentum. Leadership is changing, listeners, and right now, you get the choice on how you change as well. Don't just settle for coasting to the end of the year. Really think about what you need to do to reflect, reset, and accelerate. You've already done the first 6 months. Let's make the next 6 months count in whatever you're going to do. Well, here's your call to action, and that is to take time out to reflect, reset, and accelerate. It's time for you to do this. That's your first thing. The second thing is, if there's anything I can do to help you, feel free to reach out to me. Book a 30-minute strategy call. Go to my website, leadingchangepartners.com, to book a call. You'll see these buttons that say book a call. You click on those. It'll bring up my booking system. You'll see the days and times that I'm available and you're available. You choose one, you put your name, email into it, and then you and I will be sent an invite for you and I to get together and have a chat. Hey listeners, that's it for this episode. It's always a pleasure being with you. Thanks for joining me on the Leadership is Changing podcast. Until next time, bye for now.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Leadership is Changing with your host, Denis Gianoutsos. Each week, we and our guests provide information and insights through exploring leading change, inspiring executives and leaders to adapt and lead a bigger game in a fast-moving world.